Hey everyone, it's Randy. Let's do a quick May garden tour. Okay, so let's start in this corner. We're on the patio, and this is that tricolor vanda that I repotted a month ago. It is doing okay. The leaves feel nice and firm. All of my plants are wet right now because I watered my plants and I fertilized, so here you are. There is one flower spike on this. There's 3 flowers. They're not much. They're small. But it seems to do okay in this corner because it's sheltered from the wind and it gets adequate light. So this is where it will probably live. This is my grammatophyllum that I got from Home Depot. I believe in the wintertime. It's doing alright. I just plopped the whole pot in the cement pot and backfilled with lava rocks, so it's doing okay. And then we have Mimi. This is an amaryllis that I planted last year. It never flowered, so I don't know. But it's a nice patio plant. I'll just leave it alone. Hopefully it'll flower one day. This is my fiddle tree fig that I got in a little 6-inch pot. It was about a foot tall. It gets abused by the wind, so sometimes I find it laying on the patio floor on its side, but it's thriving and I don't even do much to it. Just water it once in a while. And then I have this philodendron that is no ID. I actually have fond memories of my mom growing this. This is probably the original, probably a cutting. I found it in the corner of our yard, just struggling, and then I potted it up and started taking care of it, and there you go. That is Moonlight in Paris Rose. It is a floribunda that I got from Costco. I have it in this large pot, and there's 3 plants. But look at that. I love apricot blush flowers. That's Magnum. Hi, Magnum. Thomas Magnum. So roses. This is Emily Bronte. I have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're Old English variety David Austins. They've never flowered since I bought them 3 years ago. They initially flowered when I planted, but they're just there, chilling. I'm thinking I might pull them out and repot the other Moonlight in Paris I have in that pot there. So you hear that? This is your last year to flower. If I see nothing, you're gone. This is a, what are you? This is a Eustace, I'm gonna butcher the name, Eustacia V, David Austin. It grows well for me. There's a lot of growth on there, a lot of buds coming up. And right next to it is a Desdemona. This is its 2nd flush of flowers. Small, but it's producing. Its first flush was better. And in this corner I have David Austin, Olivia Rose. Look at all that growth. It's like exploding. Its first flush was not much, but this second flush is very hopeful. This plant right here is called Amusa enda, also known as Doña Aurora. I like to call it the hydrangea of the tropics, so to say. I'll post a picture of its flowers, but it's all budded. You see the buds there. It's a pink flowers. And this ground cover I have here is, I believe you call it bugleweed. It grows fast once it's established, so I love it. It's got beautiful pink flowers, not pink, but purple. It sends out these spikes of purple flowers right there. I wonder what was the other name of this? I forget. If I remember, I'll post it on the screen, but it is the only plant that I've pretty much tested out against my dogs. This is the only damage that it makes from dog urine, so, and then it flushes back, so it's very aggressive growing. Every other year I pull it all out and I replant it. So here we have a coleus, no ID. Got it as a 6-pack at the nursery. The only problem with this is it sets a lot of seeds and those seeds grow. So I need to cut this off before it starts setting seed. That back there is called a panax. It'll grow into a tall hedge or tree. And I'm growing that because of my neighbors. So they keep staring. And then I have my tall bougainvillea hedge. It's about 6 feet tall. I think it was called a Thailand, forgot the name, Thailand something. Beautiful pink cream flowers. But now that it's established, I'm thinking of cutting the water from it. There's 2 lines of drip going to it. Emitters every 18 inches, so I'm thinking that this is the year I get to take it off of the drip. Because bougainvillea loves to stress out. They produce flowers if they stress out, so there's the front yard. Okay, going over to the side yard here. It is a very narrow side yard. I would say it is maybe 5.5 feet wide. But this is where I have a lot of my hibiscus. This is a pink double. Beautiful double flowers. Easy to propagate. Make cuttings off of. This is a Dracaena. I don't know how you call it. Dracaena. Song of India. Beautiful variegated leaves. I use this plant a lot for cuttings, for filler and flower arrangements. Makes a beautiful hedge. Grows tall. Grows fast. I have more double hibiscus plants. Another pink one. This is an orange one. Oh, this plant is about 8 feet tall. I need to cut it down a couple feet. make it more bushier. But yeah, I have a lot of pink orange going on this side of the house. A lot that I made from cuttings. The only problem with this plant, this double hibiscus variety, is it is prone to mites. And let me try and find some mite damage to show you. I cut a lot of it out. Here's one. So this is what the mites do. The leaves got like this callus growth on it. What you can do to fix this is trim your bush, trim your shrub back, cut all this stuff out, or you could spray it with insecticide. It won't have the leaf go back to its beautiful self. It'll just stop the mites from taking over the whole plant. So and then we have a lot of mealy bugs. Look at that. I need to probably just throw that one away. I need to spray, so I'll probably do that later. And then we have a magnum growing. This is a plumeria tree, frangipani. Flowers are small. Not good for lei making, but they smell amazing. So I have more coleus, more hibiscus. This hibiscus is actually a white double. And then I have some herbs growing in this pot. This basil's been here for about 2 years. I need to pull it and plant another. I have a rosemary, some thyme that's not looking so good, so I'll probably pull that. And then let's go into the shade house. So remember the $25 Vanda I got from the Orchid Society? Here it is in all its roots. It actually flowered, and there's the flower. It is fading. It's small, beautiful. It might be a lamellata cross. I'm not sure if this is one plant with 3 growths or 3 different plants. I'm just gonna have to see what these other 2 produce for flowers. But I'll tag this one as yellow lamellata ? And then we'll figure out what the other 2 are. Here's my Brassavola Little Stars, pushing out a lot of growth along with the other one. This one has a nicer sphere-like growth, so I rotate it every other month or so. And then I have some other Vandas I got from H&R. What are you? It's a tongue twister. Sanderiana Pinky, I believe. Yes. And then I have a Moat's orchid right here, Mary Moat's. Never seen a flower yet. I got it as a seedling. But it put on all those roots this year. And it's tried to flower, I would say 3 times, but the spike would abort and crisp up, so I don't know, we'll see. The leaves are nice and firm, and there's like a rose purple tinge to it, so it's getting enough sun. We'll just see. Hopefully this is the year it'll flower for me. This is a yellow bird, BLC. Actually BL, not BLC. It's been doing that a lot with its spikes. I think it's thrips, so I'll have to spray something. And this is that Australian orchid I got from the orchid meeting a few orchid meetings ago. It is a Teretifolia Docrilla. It was reclassified as a dendrobium, so it's pushed a lot of growths since I got it. So I think it's acclimating fine. Here I have an Acklandier. Look at that root just cruising through the lava rock. So it's doing okay. And I have a variety of air plants growing. That's another Mote's orchid, Insignis. No, Paramote. Got it as a seedling, so it hasn't flowered yet. And then I have my Tolumnia there that I brought to the orchid meeting last month, and I got a prize for it. It just won, it co-won its intermediate division, so I was able to get a plant. And then over there I have another tricolor seedling. It's doing okay. This is my Christian Star Aloha, my Laleocatlia. It hasn't flowered this year. It tried to, but I think water got in there and then it rotted its buds. So maybe this year. Later, because there's some new growth coming out, so hopefully later this fall I'll get flowers. And then here I have an Oncidium Twinkle. I don't really buy Oncidiums because they're so-so for me in this weather. It's hot and humid. But the flowers were cute, so I was like, okay. There I have a Valbellina violacea. It smells so good, but not in flower right now. Some cuttings I made. That is a silver shrub, I don't know, and this is some kind of bamboo plant. And that is my cuttings of the Rum Rascal double hibiscus. There's 3 of them in there that took, so I'm happy. Then I have my Monstera Thai constellation plant here. It is small. It was a seedling, so it is grown a lot. This is its new growth. It's big, and it will get bigger, so it'll probably end up on the patio when it's grown out. These are some brassias that was given to me. It was one big plant that I divided into 4, and I will probably donate them to the Orchid Society to sell at the Ag Fest that's coming up in June. And I think that's a spike coming out, so we'll get to identify it when that spike comes out. This is a dendrobium that I got last month at the Orchid Society for winning my division with the Tolumnia. It put out 1 little flower bud, so we'll see what that looks like. There's a tag. And this is a Cattleya I got from Home Depot, Golden Sunset. Golden Sunburst, sorry. That's a Stephanotis vine that I took cuttings from my arbor in the front. Oh, I should have showed you the arbor. It's covered with flowers. I'll show it to you after. There is a no ID phalaenopsis, just doing its thing. Should probably move it. It's dripping over. It's dripping. Don't want it to get too much water. Some Cattleya seedlings I put in these big pots so they don't blow over. They seem to be okay. It's pushing out new growth. You can see. If it focuses. There you go. And this is an alocasia. Is it called black velvet? But I don't know what's going on with the leaves. I think it's going through its change. And then there's a variegated oregano back there that my friend gave me. It's just chilling. I should probably repot it. And then on this side, so I did a little experiment with this green genie. There's two of them. One is in bark and the other is in lava rock. The one in lava rock is putting on a nice growth right there. And the one in bark is also putting on growth right there. So we'll see what happens. The one in bark kind of struggled for a little bit, and then the one in lava rock just kept on going. So I did buy some lava rock, and I'm kind of putting my orchids that like to be on the dry side in lava rock. So we'll see what happens. This is my seedling from, I'm gonna butcher their name, Akatsuka orchid on the Big Island. They gave me two. I bought one, and they gave me this as a gift. When I bought this plant, so this is a Rinco Stylus Gigantea cartoon. I put it in this basket and then it shot out some roots, so I think it's happy. And then once the bark in this disintegrates and goes away, I'll probably just leave it bare root. This is a Dendrobium Twinkle. Twinkle? Yeah, blue twinkle. I got at the Orchid Society raffle. Let's put on this new growth, and I don't see a spike. Maybe later. String of pearls. I don't know about that plant. It's died and grown and died and grown, so I don't know. That's another succulent my coworker gave me back there. It's doing all right. And then, ta-da! My golf green hair pig put out one flower. It's been open for about a week and a half now. And then there's two more leads with swollen sheaths. So probably more flowers coming. This plant has just exploded. It is so big. Some more seedlings. This one I brought back from Seattle as a seedling. Limita Cattleya. I repotted it. It's put out more roots and two growths. No buds, but we'll see what happens. This is its new growth. Look at all those spots. Another seedling I got from the raffle. It's Dendrobium Sanderae. Putting out a growth. I just repotted because it kept falling over. And this Cattleya, it's got one flower. I believe it's orange Cattleya, small but a lot of flowers. I brought it to Seattle and brought it back, so it had a setback, but hopefully now it can finally take off again. And then here I have some Neophoenicias. I just repotted them this year, and they're putting out some roots and their growth. So hopefully in a couple months they'll flower. Hopefully. And there's some more seedlings that I got from raffle at the Orchid Society. I just repotted this Cattleya in a hanging basket full of lava rocks, so we'll see how that goes. If this is happy, I'll probably do the same to this. Both I got from the raffle at the Orchid Society. Here's a dendrobium that I got from Home Depot. Beautiful butterfly looking flowers, purple. Here is my aggregatum. It didn't flower for me this year. I don't know why. But I don't think it flowered ever since I brought it back from Seattle. Probably not too cold. We'll see. It's still growing. I have some string of hearts there. And then here's my Bulbophyllum medusae that flowered last year. I repotted into this basket and put a bunch of moss, trying to keep it moist. It put out some growth, so we'll see if it'll flower this year. If not, that's okay, because I shocked it crazy. I have a hanging jade there. Here I have a Monstera borgesiana. Nice variegated leaves. I cut it once to give a friend, and then that growth is about 6 months since it put out 3 leaves. Here I have a ground orchid, Spathoglottis kimbaliana. Pretty yellow flowers. This leaf is on its way out. And then there's a philodendron white knight that needs to be repotted. I have an aggregatum that fell off the other plant and is doing fine. Let's put on this lovely growth. Some honohonos there that fell off my purple honohono that we'll get to in a moment. Seedling that I got from the Orchid Society raffle. Paphiopedilum that I got from Home Depot. The original flower died and it gave me another flower that just fell off, so but there is a new growth right there. This big Paphiopedilum that I brought back from Seattle put on tons of growth, but no flowers yet. I've never seen the flower, so we'll see if it'll flower later when it gets warmer. And then my purple honohono. Look at all that growth it put. I hope that this year it'll be a better growing season. Like last year, it put on these big canes that are at least a foot longer than its old canes, and maybe those will get bigger. But I started feeding it heavy, so we'll see. That's another honohono that I got from the swap meet. It's white with a purple throat, purple bluish throat. It's putting on some growth. This is a dendrobium that I got from the swap meet. Kuniko, Valley Isle. They had one at the Orchid Society that was like huge and tons of flowers. I'll probably post a picture of it. But that thing was massive. I'd say it was like 4 foot long by 3 feet wide, maybe 4 feet wide. I was looking at it, I was like, I don't have the space. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Is there anything else in here for me to show you? Magnum. I have some Birkins down there. Philodendron Birkins. and some other shade plants. I guess that's it. I have an anthurium down there. Some more Birkins, Phalaenopsis. Some more hibiscus that I did from cuttings. Those are orange, I believe. And I'm probably going to put the heliconia right there where that red tea leaf is, right next to it. So we'll see. Lots of sun, so I'll probably have to give it lots of water. Okay, let's go look at the Stephanosis vine with all its beautiful flowers. Let's walk this way. Here's my potting bench. I need to throw away all these nursery pots and reorganize. There's the fertilizer I used. I used some CalMag, Dynagrow, and some Super Thrive. Look at these caladiums. They die back in the winter and they come up in the spring. I love them. They're so cute. I believe this is a new variety. I forgot what you call these. What's your name? Dusty Miller. It's a new variety. The leaves aren't so lobed, but I love them. It's so cute. Okay. Here's my Stephanosis. Look at all those blooms. My neighbor is gonna harvest them later to make a lei, so I was like, oh yeah. It smells amazing. This is the first time I've seen this much flowers on it. But it's prone to aphids, so I really need to step up on my prevention of insects. And then here's the Musa Enda with all its flowers, flower buds. All right. So that is my main garden tour. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, and if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe and like this video if you haven't. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.